Welcome to the Muay Thai Guys podcast, coming at you live for the first time in 84 episodes. Our show has quite a bit of history, and this is the first time that we're able to go live with new technology coming through. So hopefully we're able to interact with you guys much better. So I'm here, Paul Reaper Banasiak from Muay Thai Athlete, with Sean from Muay Thai Guy. We've been doing these for about 2 years now. Sean has had a podcast for almost 4 years. And finally, we have the technology to get on here and to be able to interact with you guys live as we do these podcasts. We meet people from all regions of the world, whether it's in Asia, Europe, here in America. And yes, exactly.
Noob.
So yes, finally we were able to figure it out. And I think that chatting with everyone all over the world, it's almost as if they know us, and we want to get to know you guys better. So if we are able to interact with you during the podcast, then I think, and if you guys can interact with one another, I think the whole community can come together as a whole. So we're going to go through, we're going to have a formal intro for those that are from listening to this from the iTunes store or from iTunes, the podcast app, or Stitcher, whatever the device you're using. And then at the end of it all, we're going to have a little closure, but make sure that you stay tuned after, because we're going to do a Q&A section where we're going to stay on the podcast. We're going to stay live, and we'll chat with you guys for the next 10, 20 minutes or so. So try to listen into the whole podcast, to the whole episode. You guys can chat amongst one another, get to know each other, let us know your thoughts. And then at the end of the podcast, we're going to just stay and hang out with you guys and chat. So we're looking to make this a weekly thing to go along with the podcast, to bring the community together, and to just get more interaction, to get to know one another.
Oh, yeah. And like Paul said, this is our first time going live when we're not next to each other. We've gone live, I think, like once before where we were face to face, but that was easy. But now we're able to actually do it when we're not together, which is most of the time. Most of the time we're traveling all around the world, and very rarely do we get to meet up and do a podcast. But yeah, this is so exciting because we'll be able to try to do this mainly every Sunday. We're going to aim for that. Either Sunday or Mondays is usually when me and Paul do these things. So yeah, just super pumped up, super excited, and ready to do this shit, bruh. Hell yeah, bro.
To be able to be live, whether we're in Costa Rica, we're in the States, we're in Thailand, wherever we are, to be able to chat. I mean, it's amazing, because before we tried to do this and we had to be face to face, person to person, and that doesn't happen quite too often. Last time I had to drive up all the way to upstate New York to try it out, and we had over 12,000 listeners during that time, which is crazy to get 12,000 people live during our chat. So if we can do that every single week, man.
Yeah, I know. It's just it makes it that much more real when people are actually like listening in when we're talking, because we can't fuck up now. We can't just like edit shit anymore, because now we're just raw, bro. We're just raw to the
going
bone.
Going in raw. But how many times do we have to really edit? Even the last podcast, by the way, you didn't edit out the part that we fucked up on.
See, because I'm a lazy son of the bitch. I don't pay attention enough to do that shit right. But yeah, whatever. We're raw. We're to the bone. We don't fuck around. But yeah, it's cool to see all these comments and everything already. And yeah, Travis, K1 a Noob, Ahmed, what's up, everyone? Like Paul mentioned, we're going to go through just the regular podcast for the iTunes and Stitcher listeners to begin. And then at the end, we'll do a live Q&A. So make sure you stick around for the whole thing. Interact with each other throughout. Let us know what you're thinking, because you know what we can do? I can highlight stuff. Like, look, that's Travis Clark right there. Don't fuck up, Sean. I won't, bro. I won't. I'm on top of it. And then we also got K1 and Noob. So I can like highlight comments, right? So whoever has the coolest comments and stuff, I'll make sure to highlight whenever I can. And yeah, then at the end of the podcast, maybe I'll give away a free t-shirt or something too. So that's why you want to stick around as well. And yeah.
Ooh, free t-shirt.
Free t-shirt. Oh shit. Shit's got real.
I'm about to post about that, and everyone's gonna join in. I would join in.
Hell yeah! So,
probably a free T-shirt? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like trying to tag all my friends, but I think I'm gonna try not to go too crazy on that. But it would be good to have some of these people join in live. And
look, it's me, Sean Fagan, and there's Paul Banasiak. Boom. We have titles and stuff. I could put that stuff away. Yo, we pros now. We are pros now.
Put that on again.
Dom,
put that on
K1,
again.
K1 a noob. What you know? What you know? It's Sean
Fagan. The world together.
Ahmed, you're a beast. Thanks, bro. All right, so
where you've been hiding, Dom. Yeah, where you've been hiding.
He's got a kids and shit. Responsibilities.
Stop talking.
Congrats. Congrats, by the way. Oh, Gustavo. I'll slap you. But we'll get right into the main main segment of the podcast right now. And then please like, share, comment throughout the entire thing. Let us know what you think. And then at the end, like I said, I'll be giving away a free T-shirt and we'll do some live Q&A. All right. So Paul, you want to get this shit going?
Yeah, just give me one quick second. I just have one more page to share this to, since we own 17 of them.
We own the internet. We own the fucking internet. Because
it's the limitless Paul Reaper Banasiak of the Muay Thai Guys podcast and everything else.
Well, Dominic, by the way, congrats on second time dad. Man, I can't even take care of myself, so props to you being able to take care of two little babies, because I'm not sure if I can handle that. That's just nuts.
Okay, so we'll start with the podcast review after I intro us, and this is going to be the iTunes portion of the episode. It's going to be episode 84, the Muay Thai Guys Go Live, and then we'll follow the main section of the episode with the live Q&A with everyone, and we'll just sit and interact with you guys. You guys can let us know your thoughts on the episode and everything that's going on in the Muay Thai community.
Boom. Yeah. So a lot of things have been happening. So we're going to go over the recent events that's going on. Paul just went through a whole travel expedition, making it all the way to London, teaching some seminars and stuff. So let's get into that. So Paul, kick it off, bitch. I mean that in the most endearing way.
All right, guys, welcome to the Muay Thai Guys podcast, live for the first time. For those that are listening on iTunes, you just got to make sure that you're around next Sunday or Monday to listen to our 85th episode. That's also going to be live. So after 2 years of history creating, the Muay Thai Guys have figured out a way to go live. I think this is kind of groundbreaking in a way. There's not too many podcasts that are doing this. So hopefully we'll be able to do it throughout all of our channels on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and all of the above. So that way we can bring the community together. You know, we go around the world in different regions. We meet all sorts of people from all walks of life, and having them come up to us like they know us is truly a beautiful thing. So if we can get to know you as well, that's going to just, I think, change the aspect of our entire community to be really able to bring all of this together for us to get to know each other. So right now, as we're speaking, there are people on Facebook Live chatting amongst one another, chatting to us. We're able to highlight your comments. We're able to highlight your thoughts on the screen. This will be going out on YouTube, so your names will be able to be shown on our channels on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and all of the above. So we're reaching around however many million people. Our last live episode reached, there was 12,000 viewers during the live session that went through the live video, and many more after. So if we're able to do this every single week, I really think we can get Muay Thai to gain a lot of attention. All right. So, man, Sean Fagan, what's been up, brother?
What's up, man? I'm having so much fun with this live stuff already. I can't wait to be doing this on a more regular basis. And like you said, the last one, we got such a great interaction with like 12,000 people ended up watching. So yeah, I think this is the start of something really fun. We're going to be trying to do these every Sunday and Monday, or Sunday, I should say, or Monday, depending on our schedules, because we live quite adventurous, limitless lives, as you probably probably should know if you've been listening. But yeah, we're gonna try to do this live every Sunday or Monday. I'll also throw in maybe a free t-shirt giveaway every now and then, and free courses, free memberships, all that kind of shit. So if you can tune in live while you're doing it, more of a chance that you're going to win. And we'll be making sure to update everyone through our emails, through Facebook. This way everyone knows. But yeah, we're going to aim for next Sunday or Monday. We'll let you all know. And yeah, we're going to keep this rolling. But Paul, what's up, bro? I know you did quite a bit of traveling. How was, I guess we'll start from the basis. How was your trip to Poland to see your family and lay your grandma to rest?
It was beautiful. It was really an event that you would think is, a lot of people coming together for something that's not so fortunate, but everyone, it's, people get together, family gets together when it's a wedding or a funeral, they say. So for us to be able to get together as a family and go back to my roots. I haven't been back to Europe in 7 years. I've been busy in Thailand in Asia. So going back to Europe to see my family, to go back to my roots, it was kind of surreal. It was really a reminder of where I came from, to be able to see where I lived in a little village town where it used to be, one police officer, one little store, one person that can cut your hair, one bar with that one bartender that everyone would come to, and, living above the police station with my mother and my grandmother. While my mother was away in college, my grandmother raised me. So to be able to fly out, unfortunately, we didn't make it in time. She passed away the day before my flight, but we're able to be there in person. I really think it settled me in a way to be there in person. She was, so it was really interesting to see, because I've always watched, movies like 300 and Troy and looked up to those, and those that, were kind of burned at the pyre at the end. It kind of showed valor. And in a way, for me, that's what it was. She fought all those years. And if she's been able to do that, and it's really made me reassess my life, to be able to look at it, every generation, for the past 3 generations, somebody in my family has passed from cancer. So, what are the odds for me? I'm not sure, but I want to be able to make the most of this fucking life as possible. Like, I want to make the most of it. And, there's no better time than now. So I'm redoing many of the things, just how I do things. I'm going to revamp just my lifestyle altogether, from when I wake up to when I go to bed, and my entire mindset.
So what does that entail then? Because obviously, death is crazy, because it definitely puts things in perspective, and it always just hits you out of nowhere, especially when it's someone close to you that you grew up with, that had such an impact on your character and your life. And so, yeah, it just has a way of just making you become more introspective with what your life is all about and what you should be doing. Because like you said, this skin cancer in my family as well, and all these other diseases. So you never know. Like, you could die tomorrow, and did you leave your imprint? Did you leave your footprint? And I think that's something that you have to go back to think about every now and then. You have to keep visiting it every now and then. And sometimes you have to do it by yourself. Sometimes events like your grandma passing will do that as well. So what are the changes that you're going to be making, man?
I just think before, I was previously paralyzed by issues in my life that were maybe outside of my control. And whether it was, let's say, starting the website, we would run into technical issues that we would spend an entire day on trying to fix. But now that I have the website up and running, and going forward, looking back to starting a second website now, the Limitless Project and Team Limitless, I was running into kind of the same issues or new issues and having to learn it. So it would kind of get in my way, where I would procrastinate and not try to get to those things, because I remembered how long it took to figure them out previously, or having to learn them over again. The same thing would happen with my training, just knowing when if I'm going through a part where I'm overtraining or whatever it is, and just kind of letting that be an obstacle. But now I feel like I've had so many things thrown at me at the very same time throughout these past 2 weeks, and with my family, with the travels and everything kind of getting in the way, that all the bullshit has really made my mind immune to everything. So I'm doing kind of what you've been saying, your kind of routine, how you're starting your routine over. You have your meditation in the morning, you have your, you're learning something new, and then you're also training and going on with your business. And that's something that I'm going to be focusing on now, is just creating that foolproof routine where I can't be lazy. I can't procrastinate. These are the times I'm scheduling all of these appointments, and I had it before, but having this type of lifestyle, it gives you the ability to be a little bit more lax. And in the past year, I've truly taken on that limitless vibe, and I guess focused all my energy on the social side of things, just connecting, networking with people, having fun. And maybe I've gone a little bit too far away from my roots. So I think it's time to go back to those killer roots that got me where I am. My savings account was made up of money I made when I was probably 17, 18, 19 years old. I for 3 years, I didn't go out. Every single weekend I was working, whether I was in college or high school, I was working full time, 2-3 jobs, working 3 different gyms. And now that I got to a certain point where I can take a second to enjoy it, I'm a man of extremes, so I've enjoyed it to the complete extremes. And I think it's good time to just go back to the roots, to what got me here. And like I said, I might only have so much time left. So I got to act like it. I have to act like there's only, it's only today, and tomorrow, it's only tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking to make a statement very soon. We've been training very, very hard, man. Very, very hard.
Hell yeah, dude. I think, yeah, you just pretty much hit the nail on the head with most of the things. And I think one of the key things is just shifting your priorities, because whenever you get hit with something as just meaningful as your relative dying, like a close relative dying, it just really shifts things, and you kind of have to take that step back to think, what is important to me right now? What is important to me in my life? And am I doing everything that makes sense? Am I doing everything that I want to be doing? And a lot of times we can get stuck just going off a different path or just going through the motions. It's so easy to get lulled into that if you don't take that step back, kind of think about what you are doing. And so having clarity and eliminating as many distractions as you can that just take away from productivity and overall growth and overall just happiness, I think is key as well. Because a lot of the times I've noticed myself, so I've been trying to be more active on Instagram, right? But before I decided to start doing that, I was not checking my phone. I wasn't just randomly going to Facebook or Instagram on my phone. But now that I was updating my Instagram, I found myself just subconsciously going over to Facebook, subconsciously going to Instagram, and getting lost in the fucking rabbit hole, right? And then fortunately, I've been able to become aware that I was doing that. So like, fuck that. I'm not doing that anymore, And that's the kind of self-adjustments you have to make, is you have to realize when you're getting a little distracted from what your true goals and priorities should be. And yeah, I think it seems like you're a little bit more clear about what you need to be doing. And I'm feeling a lot more clear what I need to be doing. And yeah, we're just in the beginning, bro. That's the way I still see it. We're still in the beginning.
I think we compensate just as human beings. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a cost that comes with it. We talked about it on the last episode where we talked about the sports motivation podcast, how he says, one thing comes at a cost, another thing will always suffer. And that's what it was, is that I think I did it for so many years where I was just that, what you picture, professional fighters to be, what you picture that guy doing, never drinking, never going out, always in the gym, whether it's dark, whether it's light out, getting up early for those runs. And I was doing it how you pictured it in that Rocky movie, And then I met a lot of professional fighters, seeing how much fun they're having while they're winning and fighting. And maybe, that took over a little bit too much. And like I said, being a man of extremes, I shifted a little bit too far in that direction. And although I still put in the same amount of work, nothing really changed in that sense. I feel like my mind definitely suffered from that. my mental strength. I was letting things go out there a little bit too much. You know, being someone that lets all their feelings out is great and all, but there are times where not letting it out also can create this front for you where the way you talk will completely change the way you feel. So the more I would just, you know, let things out and complain and let things out, then I felt like I was getting weaker by doing that. So I think it's time to just shift back to the way I always was. Yeah, man. Traveling to Poland, to England was truly an amazing experience. So yeah, taking on that Limitless project and taking it further, we got to Poland. We landed there, met with the family, and after everything was said and done, there was a gap of maybe 3 days, and I set myself goals. So straight from that, I said that very next day, I'm not going to wait for the next trip. I'm not going to wait to change my mind. I'm not going to wait to take these steps for the next trip, or when I get back home, I'm going to do it right now. So the second after the funeral was all set, I gave K1 Anoop a message that I'm thinking about coming to England. I told my family, listen, you guys are taking care of a lot of things in the next 3 days. I'm just kind of here, you know, so I might as well make the most of this time. And I bought a ticket on 36 hours notice to fly out to London and set up a seminar. And, you know, shout out to K1 Anoop. He is a kickboxing reporter out of England, just covering all things glory kickboxing all across the world. He also covers a lot of Muay Thai, UK Muay Thai. He does an amazing job. He is probably one of the top guys to just be going after it relentlessly on podcasts, on video form. He just had a bunch of content come out with Remy Bujansky, who doesn't often interview with people. So if you want to check out more of that intimate content, definitely look up K1 Anoop. And, you know, he really helped me out. That's one of the things that I took away from England. So it's not only all the, you know, parts of me that feel the hate, but also the love that is coming from everything that's happening. So I think I have all my sources of fuel, and I've always talked about it, to use the love, to use the hate to drive you. And I have a lot of hate that's coming out, and I have a lot of love that's coming in as well. So yeah, being able to go to Thailand, to go to the UK, Anoop really helped me out there. We got hooked up with Charlie Peters, then went to Damien Trainers at K-Star Legacy. Man, what a master, really. Damien is his legend for sure. There's a reason why he has his name. He really took care of me. He literally broke down my entire fight before the last Lion fight, title fight. And I will say that I feel confident. If I had this rematch, I believe I win this fight 4-5 rounds to nothing.
Is that because of why is that? Let me ask.
I had a realization because I've had a number of coaches tell me their opinions on the fight, and in my head, as they're saying what techniques I should have done while he was doing this, as I'm picturing the fight, I'm the only person that's seeing it from my point of view, from that first person point of view of what he was doing, what I was missing. And then I've watched the fight so many times back. So the whole breakdowns on Nakmoy Nation, when I went over it, there was a documentary project I did with Yubin where I went over the whole fight. That was more on the emotional side of things, on the mental side of things. And then I've taken the time to look through it again because I was just doing a clinch seminar. So I wanted to see what things I did right and what things I did wrong. And what other coaches were saying didn't align with what I saw in my head. And after studying it, and once Damien broke it down, he said the exact things I was having issues with in the fight. And then the exact pretty much corrections where I felt comfortable with to fix them. So watching the fight back now, I look at it, and in the 5th round, I'm outboxing him. And that's when I have zero energy left. I get dropped in the last few seconds, but you start to see me figure it out. I felt like I spent that entire fight downloading information. I spent that whole fight looking for things and learning while thinking about what I'm supposed to do versus doing anything. So if I'm just downloading information, I'm studying, I feel like by that 5th round, I downloaded it, but I was already tired. I already gassed myself trying to finish earlier. For those that don't know, I did have a bonus for getting a knockout. So I gassed myself earlier. And knowing that, I think by the 5th round, even though I was gassed, that's the time I really downloaded all the information. So starting in the next one, I have all the information downloaded. But that's going to take a few more fights and wins to get there. So I'm really looking forward to putting on a show in the next few, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I've heard great things about Damian Traynor, both as a fighter. I mean, obviously he's done his work in the ring, but he's also a great coach in the sense that he's able to just say things that resonate and make sense with the specific type of fighter. I know CSA had him over for a while to work with UFC fighter Henry Cejudo and a bunch of other fighters out there as well. And then just the respect that he has all throughout the entire Muay Thai community is definitely something to aspire to, because everyone fucking loves that guy. If you don't like that guy and you don't think he knows what he's talking about, then you're a fool. But yeah, that's so cool that you were. Yeah, it's so cool that you were able to make it over there, train with him, with Charlie Peters, and get to meet, make a good event out of a bad situation, you know, and you just made the best of it. And that's what you were talking about. Like, you want to be living that limitless philosophy that you're preaching. And hey, bro, you're fucking doing it, man. Props to you, dude. Cause yeah, that was a good spontaneous thing to do. And I envy it, man. And I'm trying to do the same shit, bro.
Yeah, within 36 hours, we were able to set up a seminar. We were able to travel all around London. We were able to go to Damian Trainer's. We were able to do interviews about the growth of Muay Thai. So once again, head over to K1 Anoobs and subscribe, because later on, you're going to see me, Damian Trainer, talking about the growth of Muay Thai, talking about the growth of kickboxing, and how we can make the sport as big as, you know, maybe not as big as MMA, but to make it mainstream, to help it grow, to make it reach more people. So make sure you check that out. And then we also made it up to Charlie Peters at Double K Gym. Man, that I love that guy. He is funny. He definitely aligns with my kind of wavelength. It's kind of like me, man. It's funny. Is relentless. The way he teaches class is very similar to the way I do as well. They have some killers out there, man. They paired me with this heavy guy. We're just doing Dutch style drills, going real heavy. I have really good content coming out from there. And then did a 3-hour, it came out to be 3 hours, 3-hour clinch seminar. I felt like I could go for 7 hours. Things are starting to really come together when it comes to my teaching, my coaching, and I've gotten some amazing feedback. People just asking when I can come back again. So maybe eventually we'll do a little Europe tour. Little Europe tour, because it's rather easy to get around in Europe, and there's a lot of love there. And I think the clinch is something that is definitely missing, especially in those countries that are so based on K1, the guys that are doing Muay Thai. Like, come on, man, give me a little more, give me the inside scoop and knowledge. And yeah, I really felt like I can just really go on forever. So I'll be posting clips from the seminar. I'll be posting clips from trainers and from Charlie Peters' gym. So shout out to Double K, shout out to K-Star Legacy, and shout out to Punchback Pro, who had me over for the seminar. Everyone was super lovely, super yeah, people wouldn't let me pay for anything. They were so amazing.
Those English bastards.
Those English bastards. Yeah, I grabbed some coffee, grabbed some other stuff before the seminar. They wouldn't let me pay for it. Then after the seminar, we went back in the same exact spot, and I'm wearing like a motorcycle pants, and I have a leather jacket on, you know, freshly bald shaved head. And one of the students from there, an older gentleman, comes in, and he's like, no, don't let anyone pay for him. And there was people coming through intermittently shaking my hand, you know, like, thank you. So it's such a pleasure to meet you. And then leaving. And then the last guy came in and paid the tab for everyone. And the owner looks at me, and he was Turkish. He's like, you mafia?
You know, just the Muay Thai athlete rolling through town, you know. The Limitless, Paul the Reaper, Banasiak, you know, no big deal though.
Yeah, I think Grand Prix It's gonna have me over. I think they are. And, you know, Scott sent a comment right after and a message after the little trip we had there, and good following in England. I always saw that through my stats on Muay Thai Athlete that UK has been giving us a lot of love, and to be there and to feel it in person is just on another level. So it was really amazing, man. I feel like I just keep talking about myself. So Sean Fagan, how's your routine holding up?
Dude, my routine is going pretty well. I've been this week I had a little bit of a setback, but I'm right back on track where I need to be. But ultimately, my whole morning routine, I'm learning how to read Thai, and I'm learning this from this course called Learn Thai from a White Guy. And I'm also taking
from a white guy.
I like from a white guy. No, it's great too. He's able to actually like explain it in a way that makes sense. Because I've taken Thai classes and I've taken Thai tutors and all this kind of stuff before, and I learned, but the way that he's teaching it is just, it makes more sense in a white person's mind.
So you're no longer doing it with the tutor from Chiang Mai?
No, I am. I'm still doing that, so I'm supplementing it. So this way, I'm gonna be fluent in Thai, bitch, by 3 months from now. That's the plan.
Yeah. So for those that probably haven't heard, maybe they haven't heard the episode because we're watching it live now, what has your morning routine been?
So my morning routine is I've been waking up at 5:30 every morning, and one morning I woke up at 4:30. It was fucking weird, man. But I was like wired and awake when I woke up. So I woke up at 5:30. I meditate for about 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. It all depends on the morning. And then I'll set my teapot on, and while my teapot is warming up, I'll study some Thai. And I'm learning the Thai alphabet right now. And so I never thought I could fucking learn the Thai alphabet, but I'm fucking doing it, man.
You're writing it out, or are you reading?
I'm writing that shit out. I'm reading. I'm speaking it. Wow. And like the whole course that he has, it's like $150 course, so it's not cheap, but it's really expansive. It gets to the point though, and I never thought to learn that Thai alphabet, but now that I'm learning the Thai alphabet, it's making so much more sense with how words are pronounced and how words are the different inflections on words and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, actually learning the alphabets, I feel like it's going to be a game changer. So I'll do that for 30 to 45 minutes depending on the morning. And then after that, I'll do either, depending on the day, either a yoga session for like 15 to 20 minutes or like a body weight workout for 15, 20 minutes, or I'll go for a run for 4 to 5 miles. All depends. But after that, shower, smoothie, answer emails, and boom, my day started. And it started on the right foot, and I get all that shit done by 7:30. And I already felt like I got so much shit done. So that momentum builds on for the rest of the day. And then usually I just go out and bang off my to-do list, train, work out, read. I've been reading a lot more. I'll do this book, Peak Performance. Definitely recommend it, by the way. And speaking of which, speaking of live shit all the time, I'm doing live Muay Thai Mondays now at 9 a.m. in the morning on 9 a.m. Eastern on Mondays. But anyway, I was going over some of the concepts that I learned in this book called Peak Performance. This really breaks down the habits and the routines and the characteristics, attributes, everything of what it takes to just be at your peak optimal stage for a long, consistent period of time. And reading that simultaneously while doing all the other things I'm already doing has really been a jumpstart motivator to keep it going. And if anybody wants to get more in depth about like how to optimize your day, how to get your mind right, all that kind of stuff, Peak Performance, definitely read that book. A well written book, documented book too. So there's a lot of case studies and shit like that too. And then also listen to the Sports Motivation podcast with Neo Shobo. And those two things have really gotten me on the right track. And also meditation. Dude, if I told you that like meditation would be such a game changer, I don't know. It's crazy, man, because now that I've been doing that on a regular basis, I do it pretty much every single day. I'll have like one day where I'll miss, but it really, you ever read that book? It's the habit book. I forgot what it is, but How to Create a Habit or some shit like that. And they go over keystone habits and how if you are able to find this keystone habit, it will snowball into all your other productive habits. And so that's how I feel like meditation is. When I start my day with meditation, I'm able to get the whole day just set up right. I get my mind centered, my body centered, and then boom, I just fucking kill it the rest of the day. Whereas I used to think it was, I don't know. Like most people, I would wake up, check my phone, and then just figure out my day based on the day. But now I don't do that shit anymore. And that takes away so much mental energy. I'm not worrying about anybody else but what I'm trying to do with myself. And you do kind of have tunnel vision in a sense, but I have tunnel vision in the sense that I know what the fuck I want. I know what I need to do to get it. And I'm going to eliminate as many distractions and be as efficient as I can to make it happen. Because, like the lifestyle that you're living, man, limitless, bro. Like that's what I want: complete autonomy, freedom to do what I want, when I want, how I want to do it, and that takes a lot of fucking hard work, man, and a lot of dedication. So, yeah, the morning routine has been key to really just optimize and make my days really efficient. So, highly recommend it. I don't need to wake up at 5:30. I could wake up at 10:30. I could wake up the next day. I could sleep in all fucking day if I wanted to. You know, I don't need to do shit. But since I have the vision, the clear vision of what I want my future to be like, I have that reason to get up in the morning, you know. And I think that's really important in order to not hit that snooze button, not to continue sleeping on, is your purpose or your intention behind the day and why you're waking up that day.
Yeah, these past 2 weeks have certainly given me a more clear vision why. And it's funny that you talk about aligning yourself in the morning and everything, how it makes everything more clear, because I just posted this quote and I've been going back rereading a book that I highly recommend and that I have read through multiple occasions now, taking notes on it. It's probably the book that I dissected the most. You know, some you just speed read through, you're like, all right, that's cool. But this is one that I've just spent multiple times flipping back to a page, rereading it, going to the next page, and then going back to the last one and rereading it, because a lot of it is really hard to digest. But once you do it, it's just like a light bulb. So Hagakure, Hagukure, and it's pretty much the philosophy that was taught to the samurai back in however many 100 years ago, and the way they were pretty much taught to think. And there's a quote that I just posted on Instagram that aligns with exactly what you were saying, is that if by setting one's heart right every morning and every evening, one is able to live as if though his body were already dead. He gains freedom in that way. His whole life will be without blame, and he will succeed in his calling.
Whoa, deep. Did I write that book, bro?
I think that's written by the
lifetime,
limitless Sean Fagan. But it's full of little lessons and quotes like that, talking about making decisions without 7 breaths. That, you know, anything before that might be too swift of a decision, but anything lengthier than that is just, in our words, you know, overthinking, and we won't even come to a decision after that. And I've been trying to follow some of the principles coming from it. Living like you're dead, man. That's been my philosophy from the beginning. So I guess I'm just finding ways to align with it, so my why becomes much stronger than it was previously.
And I think it's important to keep questioning it and trying to figure out better ways to optimize your why, or figure out why it is your why, you know, just like really dig deep into thinking about why you're waking up in the morning, why you're training, why you're doing this type of work. Is it something that aligns with the things you want to do in your life, or is it just going through the motions because that's what society told you to do, you know? And I need to read that book, man, because I'm a huge fan of samurai, and I'm a huge fan of just like the warrior philosophy in general. And the fact that he said it kind of reads like Bruce Lee Striking Thoughts in a way, right? Where it's just a bunch of like quotes and sayings of like deep thoughts.
Stories. There's small excerpts and stories as well. It does intermingle with different philosophies like Buddhist philosophy and things like that. But a lot of it talks about retainer and master. So it talks about relationships, how selfishness gets in the way between father and daughter, or father and son, and that the only way that there is ever any kind of pain between the two is when selfishness gets in the way, because between retainer and master, let's say like a trainer and student, it's rather perfectly aligned, because there is no selfishness. One gives, one receives, and that's okay. Yeah, there's a lot of really, really interesting stuff. So I hope you get to read it, and maybe we'll do a little breakdown of it on here.
Hell yeah. And yeah, just talking about reading and stuff too, is that people, I tell people what I'm reading, or I recommend stuff that I'm reading, and people are like, oh, I just don't have enough time to read. Yeah, you do. Don't watch TV.
Yeah, I like that answer. Yeah, you do.
Don't watch TV. Don't bullshit on the phone. Like, that time could be used reading and growing your self intellect, you know, as opposed to just kind of mindlessly going through the rabbit hole that we were talking about before. It's so easy. Don't get me wrong. It's like I get caught in that shit too. But when I'm able to take myself out of it and then try to focus on the things that I know are going to help me improve as a person and help me get one step closer to my vision and my goal, that's the stuff I'm going to be focused on. And I was mentioning before earlier in the podcast, the concept of eliminating distractions. I don't watch TV unless it's like a Saturday night or I'm watching it with Liz. Like, I very rarely watch TV. I very rarely just scroll the internet just to scroll the internet. I usually have a purpose behind most things I do. When I do relax, it's usually reading or napping or walking my dog. I try to simplify things, because if you have too many things going on, you have all these different technologies in front of you, it's really easy to just have your mind bouncing all around. And going back to meditation, I think that's helped me be a little bit more in tune with when I am getting caught up in something, and when I am able to make the transition from, okay, I need to do social media work now, but I'm not going to get lost in it. I can actually have more of a purpose and thought behind it, So, yeah. I mean, philosophy, I feel like I should go to school for philosophy, bro. I don't know. When I retire from Muay Thai and whatnot, I definitely want to go back to school, and I think philosophy would be a cool one to get into.
Or just keep learning. I mean, I feel like a lot of it is, even people that have done their degrees in philosophy, I've listened to a few podcasts of guys that have had their degrees, and how they have just literally learned more from just reading books and life and trying to experience them, person to person. We were just talking about one of our fighters that, he learns, his working out a lot, but he's not sparring to get the timing down, to be able to time things, to find his distance against real life opponents. He's putting in the amount of hours he's supposed to, but it's kind of like learning how to drive a car from the manual. That's the way my trainer put it, Ed, at Thornton Martial Arts. He, it's kind of like he's trying to learn how to drive a car by just reading the manual over and over again. You got to get in and do the damn thing too. So it would be cool for you to go and get your proper education and things like that. I think doing it the other way would be exciting as well. So
I have a 1.75 GPA in community college right now.
Improve it. Yeah, go back and smash that shit.
All right, man. Well, that was a good catching up, man. Good deep talk, because I know a lot of things have been happening. So hopefully some of the words that we were able to come up with resonated with you. Like we said, read. These books are definitely, whether they sit with you as you read them or they sit with you after you read them, it has an effect on your subconscious mind, because you're reading these words and they're being taken in by you. And so, yeah, try to adopt reading if you can, if you haven't already. If you have been reading or you want to adopt reading, read, how do you pronounce it? Hagakura?
Hagakura. So it's Hagukure. On Amazon you can get this tiny little book to travel with. It's small, it's tiny writing, it's thick, but it's this tiny one you can take along with you. If you're a female, you have a little purse. If you're a male, you have a little purse. That's cool too. But it's 2007 hashtag 2017. Yeah, and we want to give love to all you guys for tuning in on Facebook. If you're listening to this on iTunes, thank you so much for downloading it. Hopefully you have already subscribed. If you haven't left us a 5-star review, please do so more people can get in on this and hear the news that we're now live. The Muay Thai Guys go live. We need a special intro for this, I think, now as we go live to play. I think that's what the program will allow us to do that. Is there any kind of reviews that we have to shout out and give love to?
We do. We have one from Austin Pierce. Let me just whip it up right now. But yeah, like Paul was saying, we're going to be doing this live every week. We'll be trying to update you through Facebook, through our email list, through all social media. So we're going to be aiming for Sunday nights and Monday nights, and we'll do a free giveaway of some sort too. But we got a really great comment on our last podcast episode from Austin Pierce, and I want to read that. The last podcast was about shortcuts, quote unquote, to become a Muay Thai champion. Fucking amazing podcast. I feel and understood everything you guys talked about, and I listened to it 2 full times while I'm at work. It's amazing to know that I'm not the only person in this world that's going all out for my dreams. I can't wait to give up everything here in America and live in Thailand permanently. That's badass, bro. I always strive to become the best version of myself. Discipline equals freedom, and fuck average. I work 80 to 100 hours a week and still find time to work out and stay in shape for Thailand. I think you guys should make many different episodes about this same type of topic. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all the hard work you all put in. This podcast was absolutely amazing, and I felt it resonate with my heart. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. So thank you, Austin, so much. So awesome that you're chasing your dreams, bro, and you're hustling hard. That's what it's all about. If you have, whoever's listening right now, has any type of good reviews to send our way, or comments or suggestions or topics or whatever, let us know. We're always looking to improve. We're always looking to feed the fans what they want. So if you want more podcasts on specific topics, don't hesitate to reach out. But other than that, man, you want to wrap up with anything before we get out of here?
No, just head on over to MuayThaiAthlete.com. You can check us out at the Costa Rica retreat that we're going to be having through NAC Muay Nation. Super exciting. So a lot more content coming out there. You're going to be able to see the Muay Thai Guys at it literally live, physically live, person to person. We're both going to be teaching, passing down knowledge. So if you want to catch us, Costa Rica, that's going to be going on in January. And the Limitless Project right now is doing a revamp because of Namsak Noi currently leaving his gym. Unfortunately, I can't give you more information right now. So hopefully you stay tuned and we can give you more in more upcoming weeks on what happened there. And it looks like we may be going to Chiang Mai. So let me know. You can email me, MuayThaiAthlete@gmail.com, or you can go to Paul@MuayThaiAthlete.com. Let me know if you're interested in March or April to head out to Chiang Mai. And then, as always, I like to keep it spontaneous. So perhaps we'll all go somewhere else after for those that are willing to do so. So, you know, 2 years ago, went out to Bali, trained with Tiffany and had some fun out there. And then this year went out to Laos right after. And yeah, so that part is just free of charge. It's just people that want to be wild after or do something different. So yeah, let me know. Is there anything else coming from you?
We got all our shit. We're getting gloves, shin guards, beanies. What's up? knockmoynation.com/shop. And also ThailandTrainingCamp.com. We have camps going on in January, February, and April. And like Paul said, we are sold out of the January retreat. And that's going to be fucking sick, dude. I can't wait. We're going to be doing a lot of live stuff over there. So make sure you like the Muay Thai Retreats Facebook page. And yeah, just keep sticking around and keep joining in. And hopefully we'll catch you on the podcast next week, because right now we're about to cut off, do a live Q&A, and give away a free t-shirt. So hopefully we'll see you next week. But until then, this is the Muay Thai Guys. We out.
All love, baby.
Boom. So we're done with that portion. Now we're here on live Facebook. We got 33 people watching. So what's up, everyone? What's going on, Steven? I'll see you at the USMTO, brother. I'll see. Yeah, I think, Paul, you're going there too, right?
Yeah, I'll be at the USMTOs as well with my team. So, yeah, say hi to Sean. Say hi to me. It's going to be exciting being out there. There's a lot of people that are coming out. There's even West Coast that's going to be out there. So, little West Coast, East Coast action going back and forth.
So we got a question from Steve Lane. Taking on my first fight at the USMTO, what's your best piece of advice? Paul, you want to do this first one? I'll answer second.
Yeah, I've been through a series of these tournaments, and I've trained guys for these tournaments. I think it's really exciting that the USMTO has 3 different brackets, so there's 3 different levels. I wouldn't be too nervous. I would probably focus on calming yourself the whole time, not getting too excited, because there could be a chance that you're waiting for 4 hours, 5 hours, or there's a chance that you're going to be fighting on 5 minutes notice. So just keep yourself calm, collected, and just know how to flip the switch. So perhaps during your training, I know that it's coming out, in a week or so, but maybe during those times where you feel like, you're done training, you're kind of sitting down and you feel tight, just getting up and getting revved up and just finding how you can shout out to Seaton Gym AC. Yeah, exactly. So shout out to you guys. And figuring out how you can get up and just flip that switch quickly. Other than that, these tournaments, USMTO, I think, favors the Muay Thai rules more than the others, such as WKA really favored aggression, coming forward, throwing a lot of volume. Here at the USMTOs, it's the first one on the East Coast, so we don't know yet, but I think it's best to keep going to the body in the clinch, especially, and then just throwing more volume coming forward. It's only 3 rounds. You have gear on, so you're a little bit safer that way. So just, make them miss, make them pay, back and forth.
Boom. And my piece of advice would just be to, let me see if I get here. It would just be to trust your training, all right? Trust your corner, trust your training partners, just trust yourself, have fun, and keep it simple. This is one of the most common questions I get. Like, I have my first fight coming up. What should I do? Right? Just trust yourself and have fun. Like, don't overthink it. Know that the anxiety and the nervousness is all a part of the process, and accept it. But use that as your advantage. Instead of letting fear make you frightened, let the fear excite you and get you motivated. It's depending on the mindset that you have when you're going in there. So yeah, make sure you just have the right mindset going in. Believe in yourself, believe in your training, believe in the people around you, and believe it's your time to fucking take that win, bro, and just fucking do it. So yeah, we hope to see you at there too, and hopefully we can catch your first fight. That'd be fucking sick. But does anyone else have any other questions? Any other questions that we can help answer? We got Damon I can't fucking talk. Pilkington. There we go. Shout out to my nephew, James Newman in the UK, who's just starting out Muay Thai and needs some motivation. Boom. Just starting out Muay Thai. I feel like more and more people are starting in Muay Thai. I really think that the exposure that the sport's getting is really, really taking it, man. Really taking it. But, so I said I'll give away a free T-shirt. So we need to figure out a question, a good trivia question to give away this free T-shirt. And I usually can't think of anything off the top of my head because I've asked them like all before. You see Pinka get knocked the fuck out though? Oh my god.
Against Anwar, but isn't that like a throwback? That's a throwback.
What is a throwback?
That fight.
That's no, like Pinka just got knocked the fuck out yesterday.
Hold up.
That was yesterday. Fuck out. Yeah, got knocked the. No, didn't see that shit coming.
Whoa. All right. Well, damn. I was watching it. I'm like, all right, that's a throwback. I didn't know Pinko was even interested in doing Glory again.
Yeah, maybe not after that, because that was brutal, man. He was out.
He was on a roll. So what happens now? Does something happen with the Bulkow fight now?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I hope that still happens. But I know
I want to ask who the last person to beat Bulkow is, because I don't even know the answer.
Okay, I know the answer. So let's ask that one. Who was the last person to beat Bulkow? Boom. If you answer that first, you'll win. If you've won before, K1, the noob, I'm not sure if you've won or not before, but if you've won before, shut your mouth. Who beat Bulkow last? Who's the last person to beat Bulkow?
How can I see all these comments rolling through live? Is there a way to do that?
You don't see them rolling through live?
No,
You
because
can
I
Google.
only
You can do whatever you want, Gina.
all I see is like two talking heads. How do I like I just see the video part, and then I see like comments that were posted like forever ago.
I don't know.
Maybe
Yes,
maybe I
media are
gotta
not
click
allowed
on
to
the
apply, noob.
maybe I gotta click on the timestamp. Oh, there we go. Gotta click on the timestamp. That's the answer. So that's we should do our questions should be technical difficulties that we're having on our website.
How do you move the image to the left?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you do it?
For sure, need to come up with those whatever issues we're having that week, like with technical difficulties.
We got 33 people watching, but no one knows his answer, huh? Well, we'll keep talking until someone gets the answer, because I'm sure you could figure out on Google and stuff. But yeah, I did not. I thought Pinka was obviously the favorite to win that tournament, and then Anvar, that left hook, dude. The left hook, it was crazy because I didn't even think the left hook landed super clean. I think I landed very clean, but I didn't think it landed so clean that it would knock him out that badly. You know what I mean? But I guess it did. I guess he was kind of coming into it too. He was like turning his face into it, so the whiplash of being hit while his chin was turning into it just kind of added it. But can't want to noob, don't want to spam. It's all good, bro. You have good
Sounds
shit.
like you're spamming though.
Yeah.
You do have good shit.
When someone says, I don't want to spam, but Liz.
Good.
Hey, Liz. That's my fiance. Hey.
That's my girl.
Liz, you want to win a free t-shirt? Who's the last one to do the walkout?
How do you protect the Halloween candy from the Muay Thai guy?
You can't. We bought. She's saying that because we bought Halloween candy to give out to the trick or treaters, and I've eaten like 3/4 of it already. That, you know, when I was saying I was getting a little sidetracked, that's what I'm getting a little sidetracked with. Someone brought brownies to my house midweek last week, and that fucked me all up, man. Because I have a sweet tooth like a motherfucker, and yeah, I ate like 10 brownies, and then I just had that sweet tooth ever since then, and I've just been getting dessert every night. Other than that, I've been good, but fucking Halloween, bro. Halloween and the holidays is tough. All right, I guess we have to think of a new question. I don't know. If you guys can't guess that, wasn't Elon. I don't think Elon was the last one to beat him.
Ooh.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's not Elon.
He beat him on split. He had a bullshit win, right, in China.
Oh, I guess it was. It was Yilong. Oh, I thought it was Kayal Zainov. I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Yo, so
I guess you got to give it away to even though
Lane.
It's like K1 said it's he's gonna be at the USMTO.
I know Google knows more than I do.
So you gotta.
Yeah, you are gonna be at the USMTO. So just fucking come to the booth, bro, and I'll hook you up. Hell yeah, Steve Lane. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh shit. So yeah, I guess that wraps us up. Does anyone have any other last minute questions before we get going? So if not, I'm gonna wrap up. Try to get this podcast out on iTunes and Stitcher tomorrow. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is the first time we did it. I think it went relatively smoothly. Well, smoothly. Smoothly. Went relatively smoothly. But yeah, pumped to be doing this again. We're going to try this Sunday night around the same time, like 8 p.m. Eastern next Sunday, depending on if me and Paul get back in time from the USMTOs. But if not Sunday night, then Monday midday at 1 o'clock. So tune in. Make sure you subscribe to all of us on everything, everywhere. So this way you can't miss out. All right?
Very specific.
James Newman,
go everywhere, do all the stuff.
Well, James, okay, quick question. James Newman, how often do you train? When I train for a fight, I train usually twice a day, every day for 2 to 3 hours. I'll sometimes do once a day, and it'll be like a light day, and I'll run in the morning or do yoga in the morning. But when I'm not training for a fight, usually I'll train like 4 to 5 times a week. And and then I'm also running and doing strength and conditioning on the side too. So I'm staying busy. What about you, Paul?
I train every day.
Every day.
I train rather every day. With these travels the past 2 weeks, it was a bit tougher, but I still try to get runs in. That's one thing I miss. When I was in Poland, all the parks have the workout equipment, meaning like the jungle gyms where you can do pull-ups, where you can do a lot of ab work, like tricep dips, like where, those guys you see in freaking like California and Malibu and stuff doing all those crazy street calisthenics. Yeah, so they have those parks in like every single park. So yeah, 7 days a week usually. But Sunday is let's say my Tuesday is my light day actually, because Sundays we still have like a pretty hard day. So Tuesdays is my light day. They do conditioning at my gym, so I use that.
You got it, James. You're welcome for answering, and thank you for asking the question. So I guess we'll just wrap it up right now. And yeah, thanks again for listening in. We'll be I've said this shit like a million times already. We'll be here next week. We'll be doing this more often. Check the YouTube channel if you miss it live. Check the iTunes or Stitcher stuff if you want to listen to us to audio and you're sick of our beautiful faces. But yeah, we'll make sure to promote it more in our emails. We'll promote it through all social media during next week, so then you guys know when to expect it. So it'll be there on Sunday night around 8 p.m. Q&A will be closer to 9, or on Monday midday at 1 p.m. Q&A will be closer to 1:45, 2 o'clock. Boom, there you go. So yeah, thanks again for listening, commenting, supporting, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace
out, homies.